Hello my dear students, welcome to my channel Patel Science Academy. In this lecture you are going to learn about the male reproductive system. Male reproductive system, the purpose of the male reproductive system, it includes the intercourse, reproduction and the urination. These are the three main purposes of male reproduction in the body of male. So dear students, male reproductive system is for the intercourse, reproduction and the urination. Now we'll learn about the male reproductive system in detail diagrammatically. So first we'll see the male reproductive system anatomy. So dear student, this is male reproductive system and I would like to explain it one by one. So dear students, you can see here always male reproductive system can be learned from this structure. This structure, oval shaped structure, it is called testes. So there are two testes in the male reproductive system, and this testis, it opens, it is from the back side and upper side. It is having a mass of a tissue, and this mass of a tissue you can see here from upper and the back side, and this mass of a tissue, it is called epididymis. What is all these parts? We'll see the detail of all these parts one by one in this lecture. So dear students, before we go in the depth of this topic, I would like to explain you about this scrotum. What is this scrotum? You can see here this testes lies or covered in this skin, dotted skin. This skin is called scrotum. So dear students, till now we have seen about the testes. Two pairs of testes are there in the male reproductive system. As this is a side view, you can see only one testis, and it is having one mass of a covering of a mass tissue that is called epididymis from the back side and the upper side. So this is called epididymis, and this epididymis, it opens into this long tube, and this long tube is called vas deferens. Dear students, till now we have seen about this testes, about this epididymis, about this skin, scrotum, about this long tube called vas deferens. So this vas deferens continues into this long tube, and this long tube is called urethra. But before it continues into urethra, at some junction there are three accessory glands that join to this tube, and that three accessory glands includes accessory gland number 1, seminal vesicle. You can see here this seminal vesicle, actually it opens into this vas deferens, and there are one pair of seminal vesicles at two sides. In the next slides you will see all these things very distinctly or clearly. So seminal vesicle is the first number accessory gland, and then this, you can see this pink color structure here present below this bladder or beneath this bladder. This structure is called prostate gland, and this prostate gland, it ejaculates all its liquids in the form of the fluid. Seminal vesicle also ejaculates or release its liquids into this tube, and thereafter one structure is there which is called Cowper's gland, and this Cowper gland, actually it is here this Cowper glands, and this Cowper's glands also release its liquid into this long tube, and this long tube is called urethra, and this is the common passage for the excretory system and the reproductive system. So in short, this is about this male reproductive system. Now we'll see the male reproductive system again diagrammatically in this structure. So dear students, I explained you about this testes. You can see here there is one pair of testes which is also called testicles. This testes, it is located, or it is covered in this, it is covered in this structure It is covered in this skin, dotted skin, which is called scrotum, which is not given in this diagram. In the previous diagram I have shown you. And this testis, it is from the back side, and the upper side it is having this mass of a tissue, and this is called epididymis. This epididymis, it continues into a long tube. This long tube is called vas deferens or vasa differentia. In this long tube, which is going to be continue in this urethra, at some junction, seminal vesicles, prostate glands, and the Copper's gland, which is not given in this diagram, they joint and they ejaculate or they release their liquid here. So you can see here, this is seminal vesicles, two accessory glands of the male reproductive system. Then this structure present below this urinary bladder, or beneath this urinary bladder, it is called prostate gland, and it continues into this urethra. So dear students, likewise this urethra is having some erectile tissue, and that erectile tissue, urethra with this erectile tissue, in this region it is called penis, and penis is the male reproductive organ, and it is used for the intercourse, for the copulation, for inserting the male gamete into the body of the female during the intercourse or copulation. So dear students, this is in short about the male reproductive system. So one more time I'll explain it. This is testes, one pair of testes. Then it is covered by a dotted skin called scrotum, and it is having from the back and the upper side mass of a tissue. It is called epididymis. Then it opens into a long tube that is called vas deferens, in this vas deferens, seminal vesicles, one pair of this accessory gland, it opens and it continues into this urethra. This system is coming from the excretory system, so urethra is there, so vas deferens opens into this urethra, and in this urethra, prostate gland, which is present beneath this urinary bladder, the part of the excretory system, it opens, and this prostate gland continues, and seminal vesicles, and this vas deferens continues into this urethra. This urethra, it is having some erectile tissue, and that erectile tissue during copulation or during intercourse, it get erected, and this portion is called penis, and it is called its glans. So this is in short the explanation of the male reproductive system. One more time we'll see about this male reproductive system again diagrammatically by this structure. Male reproductive system, as I told you, dear students, as I told you about this male reproductive system. So in this male reproductive system, diagrammatically, one more time we'll see this blue color ball like structure. It is called testes or testicles. It is having epididymis, the upper and the back side mass of a tissue, and it is covered into a skin called scrotum. This opens into this long tube. This long tube is called vas deferens. This vas deferens continues into this long tube. This vas deferens continues into this urethra, and before it continues into urethra, at some junction it gets connected with the seminal vesicles, with the prostate gland. So dear students, this is seminal vesicles and this is prostate gland present beneath this urinary bladder. They ejaculates their liquid into this urethra. So likewise, this urinary bladder, this vas deferens continues into urinary bladder, which is in this region it is called penis, and likewise this is the male reproductive system. So again, this male reproductive system includes the testes, one pair, and epididymis and vas deferens, then seminal vesicles, then urethra, then prostate gland, and this region with the erectile tissue known as penis. So this is male reproductive system. Now we'll see the detail of all these parts one by one. One more time diagrammatically in a front view. Now we'll see about the male reproductive system. So dear student, you can see here this is a pair, one pair of testes, and this testes, it is having this upper and back side covering that is called epididymis. So there are two testes, there are two epididymis, and this opens into this long tube. This long tube is called seminal vesicle. This seminal vesicles continues into this seminal vesicle continues into this tube. This is called urethra, and at some junction seminal vesicles continues into this urethra, and includes it enters its liquids into this urethra. Then prostate glands also joined to this urethra. This you can see here present beneath this urinary bladder, and it also secretes its liquids into this urethra. And this region of urethra, it is having erectile tissue that is called penis. And this is about the male reproductive system diagrammatic explanation. Dear students, now we'll see one by one the detail of all this structure. So first we'll see about the scrotum. What is this scrotum? Now we'll see about this scrotum. What is this scrotum, dear students? This scrotum is the dotted sac-like pouch. This sac-like pouch located behind the penis, and that holds each testis. Remember, there is one pair of testes that holds each testis and helps to regulate the temperature for the formation of the sperm production. So it is clear that in this skin, which is called scrotum, testis is there, and in the testis the process of formation of sperm takes place, that is spermatogenesis takes place. This is about scrotum. Now we'll see about the next part, that is the most important part of the male reproductive system, which is called testes or testicles. So dear students, the very first thing about this testes, it actually it is two in number, small organ that lies in the scrotum and produce sperm and male hormone that is called testosterone. So dear students, this testis is two in number, present inside the skin, that is called scrotum. It produces sperm and male reproductive hormone, sex hormone, that is called testosterone. And these testes or testicles are the male sex gland. Then the next point, it includes that these testes are outside the body. Why it is outside the body? Because the male sperm that is manufactured in the testes need cooler temperature than the body temperature for the normal growth and the development. So dear student, this is the reason of testes, why it is given outside the body, why it is not given in the inside the abdomen, because it needs cooler temperature than the body normal body temperature. That's why it is given outside the body, located inside the scrotum. Then next point, they are the counterpart of the female ovary. Then the next part, it is actually the loss of one testis. It doesn't impair the function of the other one. And the next point is, it is actually the 4 to 5 billion sperm cells actually are produced in the each testis every month. Then about the hormone testosterone. Dear students, this testosterone, it is the male reproductive hormone made by the testicles or testes, which causes the change in the puberty stage of the male life. This hormone causes the secondary sexual characteristics, the production of the sperm and the sexual urges. So secondary sexual characteristics includes the changes in the voice, the beginning of the puberty, the sexual life, and the beginning of the development of the hairs, pubic hair on the body. all that includes even in the change in the voice, the harshness in the male is also considered as a secondary sexual characteristics. This is the next number of the next number feature of the testosterone, and it includes it is produced in the testicles and enters the bloodstream at a fairly constant rate. So this is about the hormone, male reproductive hormone, that is called testosterone. Now we'll see the most important and the very famous part of the male reproductive system, that is the male gamete, and this male gamete is also known as sperm. So dear students, we'll see the feature of this sperm one by one. The microscopic cells produced by the male's testicles, which can fertilize the female's ovum to produce the fertilized egg that is going to be converted into the next generation fetus. So this character can be only done by this as sperm. There are tiny living cells 100 times smaller than the pencil dot, the smallest cell in the man's body. Dear students, you can remember this point. This is the smallest cell in the body, 100 times smaller in size than the pencil dot. This is only the sperm. Next point regarding the sperm is each sperm would fit on the head of the pin to repopulate the earth if each sperm fertilize an egg. This is very amazing thing about this sperm. The next part in the sperm as a feature, it includes it is destroyed by the warm body temperature and the acidic environment. Then it can survive in the woman's body for about 5 to 8 days. Again, this is very important information regarding the sperm. Any sperm not ejaculated are passed in the urine. This is again very important part. If that sperm is not going to be used in the process of the fertilization, it is going to be ejaculated from the body by means of urine. So this is about this testes male gamete, that is called sperm. Now we'll see the next part of the male reproductive system, that is called epididymis. I hope you are remembering what is epididymis. So dear student, the structure that forms the mass over the back and the upper part of each testis, it is called epididymis. The sperm are stored there for as long as 6 weeks while they ripen to the maturity. Then about the next part, Cowper's gland. The Cowper's gland, it includes there are two pea-sized glands located beneath the prostate gland on both sides of the base of the penis, and they secrete a clear sticky fluid that helps to neutralize the acidity in the urethra. Then the vas deferens, as you remembering, it's a two long tube coming from the two testes and thin tubes, and that serve as a passageway for the sperm and a place for the sperm storage, that is called vas deferens. The contraction of the vas deferens along with the action of the cilia helps to transport the sperm through the vas deferens. This is about that long tube, which is the attractive part of the male reproductive system. And then the seminal vesicles, the accessory gland, two small glands that secretes a fluid and that nourishes and enables the sperm to move. This is the most important function of the liquid of seminal vesicle gland. It nourishes the sperm and it enables the sperm to move from the male body into the female body. Then the next part includes the prostate gland, again the one of the accessory gland, and that prostate glands includes the function its feature that it surrounds the urethra beneath the bladder, and the glands that secretes an alkaline fluid. That alkaline fluid, what is the function of that alkaline fluid? It neutralizes the acids and found in the male urethra and the female reproductive tract. So this is very important function of this prostate gland, that it secretes a liquid that secretes is alkaline in nature, and this alkaline nature's liquid secreted by this prostate gland, it neutralizes the acid present in the male reproductive system and in the female reproductive tract. This is the most important function of the prostate gland. The next function includes, without the action of this secretion of the prostate gland, many sperms would die. What is this important function? If there is no secretion of the prostate gland, many of the sperm would die, and the fertilization of ovum would be impossible. So look at the importance of this prostate gland present in the male reproductive system. Then the about the urethra, dear students, about this urethra, again I would explain here about this urethra, the tube in which seminal vesicles, prostate glands, Copper's glands continues, vas deferens continues. This is called urethra, a dual purpose tube coming from the external excretory system and the reproductive system. Both the semen and the urine, semen from the male reproductive system and urine from the excretory system, pass through this and leave the body. This is that tube called urethra, and semen and urine never mix, because at once only one system continues. Then the next point about this urethra, it is having some special muscles or sphincter which surrounds this urethra. During the urination, one sphincter will relax so that the pressure from the bladder will push the urine out from the body. This is the point for the excretory system. And during the ejaculation, another sphincter will relax so that the semen coming from the testes can flow through the urethra to outside the body. Then about the most important part of the male reproductive system, it is called penis, and some characteristics about this penis. The male reproductive organ for the sexual intercourse, for the reproduction, and for the excretory system urination. This is called penis. So the reproductive purpose of this penis is to deposit semen, the liquid, and in the vagina. This is the most important function of this penis. It releases the semen into the vagina during the sexual intercourse. The head of the penis, you can remember, or it is also called glans. It contains many nerve ending, and that nerve ending at the birth, the glans is covered by a loosely fitting skin that is called foreskin. So you can consider that part in the diagram I have shown you previously. When the penis is erect, it is about 5 to 7 inches long, and erection occurs when the sponge-like chamber in the penis it is filled with the blood. So if blood is there in the urethra around, in the erectile tissue of the penis, having that covering that urethra, if it is filled with the blood, then penis get erected. So dear students, this is about the penis. And then the next part, it is the semen, the liquid secreted by the testes and other accessory glands. So combination of the fluid that is produced in the seminal vesicles, prostate gland and the Copper's gland, this combination of the liquid secreted by the seminal vesicle, prostate glands and the Copper's glands, this fluid which nourishes and helps the sperm to move through the urethra outside the body, in the vagina, in the female reproductive system, that liquid is called semen. This is about semen. And now the process of ejaculation. What is this process? The passage of the sperm from the penis as a result of a series of muscular contraction, if it is going outside the body, from the body of the male reproductive system through the urethra, that process, the process of releasing of sperm with the liquid semen, that process is called ejaculation. This is about ejaculation. Now the most important part of this lecture, the timeline. Timeline includes the different stages of ages of male body. It includes the infancy stage. In the infancy stage, erection begins. Then the next part comes the age in between the 11 years to 14 years, and in this year in the male body the secondary sexual characteristics appears, the change in the voice from soft voice to harsh voice, and development of the sexual organ, the enlargement of the sexual organ, the beginning of the puberty, the development of the pubic hair, all these are included as a secondary sexual characteristics. Then comes the age in between the 13 years and the 16 years. In this age puberty begins and the sperm produced in the adult amounts. Then the next stage, the last teenage, and in this age the peak sexual urges for the boys is found. And then throughout the life, if good health is maintained or present, there is the sexual urge and ability to father the children. This is about the timeline of the male reproductive system. So dear students, dear learner, this is Patel Science Academy, and I would like to do one announcement here. By your support, my channel has crossed 1500 subscriber, so it boosts me, it energizes me. So dear students, please subscribe my channel, share my all videos with your friends, with the needies, and like my all lectures. Comments for your queries. If you are having some problem in your mind regarding any topic, you can ask me by comment in the comment box. I will try to solve your problem in a very easiest language, in the very easy way, in a very easy explanation. So thanks a lot for watching my video. This is Shahzad sir saying you goodbye. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.